Today I want to be going over some of the reasons why I think there's a lot of volatility in Bitcoin specifically. Now keep in mind none of this is financial advice, this is all for educational and informational purposes, and just things that I see going on in the market. Now right off the bat you can see Bitcoin technical analysis on the daily is still in a sell, even going down to the lower time frames like the 15-minute is still in a sell, 1 hour is still a sell, so we're looking relatively bearish from the trend perspective. And it's important to note that when you actually do look at price action, we've been stuck in basically this 9% move for the last 9 days, just essentially fluctuating back and forth. And you notice that in the last 5 days, we've been fluctuating a little bit more than usual. Now, typically those are signs that there's volatility incoming. And I do want to discuss some of the reasons why I do think that there's a little bit more volatility in Bitcoin now versus what we've been seeing previously in the last couple months. Now, the first one I do want to talk about is Bitcoin becoming a financial asset. Now, there's a lot of talks and conversation in the financial spaces that they believe that Bitcoin is going to be separating from the cryptocurrency space. Now, obviously, it's still blockchain technology, but they're looking at this from more of a storage of value asset perspective. And they're looking at the fact that Bitcoin is comparatively doing better and will outperform gold in the long run. So with that in mind, they want to treat it as a financial asset. You also have countries and major institutions and other global macros that are purchasing and getting into Bitcoin. Now, even Van Eck predicted that Bitcoin could reach $2.9 million per coin with a $61 trillion market cap by 2050. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of bullish sentiment, and this isn't the only thing that's going on globally that can cause this. Something else from a macro level that we want to take into consideration, and we can look at this from the Forex dashboard, which will make a little more sense, is that countries are coming after the US dollar right now, knowing that we have the potential of dropping significantly and losing a lot of strength in the DXY. And from a global perspective, there's a lot of reasons why people want the US dollar to weaken. Now, if you're Japan, you want it to weaken because as our dollar inflates, they're hyperinflating, which is causing their quote-unquote crashes. So by our dollar weakening, it allows the Japanese dollar and the Japanese yen to essentially deflate themselves. And from the euro's perspective, euro wants to be the top dog. They want to knock off the US dollar from being the main currency that's being traded globally and the global standard for currency. So there's a lot of pressure from these countries to push down and weaken the US dollar at this exact moment. Even scrolling down and taking a quick look at Euro USD, we can see that we're pushing back on the last couple days because the euro wants to push hard against the US dollar and potentially continue to deflate it. And one of the third reasons why I do believe that this is happening is because the crypto market and the Forex market, but technically the crypto market is the only one that's going to be traded 24/7 and never actually closes. And you have to remember that every market is going to be competing with each other. It's not like the New York market and the London market are best friends and they're trying to work together. No, they're actually all working against each other and trying to make money off of each other. So typically in the other markets, because you can only trade in certain windows, it makes it a little more fair unless you're a hedge fund or a major institution that can trade off hours, which if you don't know that, that is a big thing that happens, especially in the stock market. If I'm a hedge fund, I can trade when the market is closed, and as a retail trader, you're not allowed to do that. So that's my advantage and my competitive advantage by being institutionalized. But you don't have that in crypto. So when we go to sleep and we see this Tokyo market open, they're going to play backside against those crypto trades. And that's why a lot of times you'll see an extreme volatility, especially when countries are trying to knock off the US dollar. You're going to see major swings overnight, especially in markets that are open throughout the night. Now, add all that I talked about and then add the fact that the US is looking to cut interest rates while Japan is looking to increase interest rates. Let's go up. Bitcoin typically will go down. Now, when interest rates go up, Bitcoin will typically go up as well, and vice versa. When interest rates go down, that'll pull Bitcoin down as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to react when each country is going to be doing different things in terms of hiking or dropping their interest rates. But again, overall, we're looking at a bullish crossover on the daily. So I am looking for this at some point to find some sort of relief hold and support for this to push up and test and confirm some sort of major resistance before we really sell off and get down to where I want this to get to, which is about 45 to 39K. If you want to learn how to trade crypto, if you want to come trade with me, make sure to check out the Epic Trading Floor. And if you found anything useful in this video or learned anything, just make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and like the video, drop a comment, let me know that it was an awesome video. That would be greatly appreciated, and it helps the algo, helps me grow. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments too. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you tune in the world, and I'll see you on the next one.